Nah, sir.
All right, Mark Willard, is Mark Willard the only person online?
Shalom, you got that bar, sir.
Say that again, brother.
Got that bar.
Oh, Devon, what's going on?
All right, sir.
All right. Devon and Mark Willard, who else? Anybody else? All right, Shalom, Yahabah Shem Yahshua Barakatah. Say that again.
Shalom, y'all about to see y'all about Truby. How are you doing?
Yahabah, what's going on? I know you got your sword on you, don't you?
Shalom, y'all the one. I keep one of them.
I about to say, I thought you about to say Salaki. No, I about to say, that ain't your name. That ain't your name, man. All right. Yahweh Yadah, Mark Willard, and Devon, I got you. All right, Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barakatah to all the brothers. Shalom, Yahweh Shema Alatah, Ba'ashem Yahweh to all the sisters. All right, today we're going to go in, we're going to talk about abortion, man. They just passed a bill in Massachusetts, so we're going to get into that. You know what I mean? America is promoting, you know what I mean, abortion. You know what I mean? When America promotes abortion, that means black leaders is going to be promoting abortion. You know what I mean? Unless they got some damn sense and know it and understand the Bible, which we know they don't. But when America promotes abortion, you know what I mean, and fight to legalize abortion in each city and in different states of America, your Christian leaders is going to back America up. You know what I mean? So, first, you said you had a, was that scripture good for you that I gave you? It's wild? With the physician?
What? Ecclesiastes chapter 38, verse 12.
It's wild?
It's wild.
Okay. All right. Now give me what was the first article I gave you?
Right
Not the policy report one, but the other one.
now. Okay.
What that read?
Roe versus Wade decision, January 22nd, 1973.
First, give me the third one I sent you. We're gonna talk about Margaret Sanger real quick. Who know who Margaret Sanger is online? Who know who Margaret Sanger is? Margaret Sanger. Who knows who she is?
Shalom, y'all the one.
Go ahead.
Margaret Sanger is the founder of Planned Parenthood.
Right.
Shalom.
Right. You know what I mean? The founder of Planned Parenthood, a.k.a. the Negro Project. You know what I mean? A.k.a. the white woman, who is also the devil that the Bible speaks of.
Right.
I mean, we always say the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of, but his woman is his counterpart. You know what I mean? The white man and the white woman, they one family of devils. You know what I mean? So Margaret Sanger, you know what I mean, she founded the Negro Project, or what we call today the Planned Parenthood. You know what I mean? She was part of the eugenics program. And this is also Hillary Clinton's idol. You know what I mean? Hillary Clinton looked up to Margaret Sanger. And who the black women wanted to vote in office when Hillary Clinton was, who she went up against? Donald Trump? Who Hillary Clinton went up against? Barack Obama?
No.
Black women. Go ahead.
She first went up against Barack Obama, and then she went up against Donald Trump.
Right. So this who black women wanted to be in office because she's a woman. But this is a white woman, who is an enemy to the black people, to black women. Her idol is Margaret Sanger. So we're gonna read about Margaret Sanger. You got the article?
Call. Remove statues of Margaret Sanger.
Go to the scroll down to the second paragraph.
Call. For those identified historical figures with racist roots who should be removed from public view because of their evil histories.
Go ahead.
Planned Parenthood's founder, Margaret Sanger, must join that list.
Go ahead.
In promoting birth control.
Go ahead.
She advanced a controversial Negro project, wrote in her autobiography.
Autobiography.
It's like in her audio
Autobiography.
Autobiography about speaking to a Ku Klux Klan group
Mm-hmm.
and advocated for a eugenics approach to breeding for the gradual suppression.
So this is a lady, this is a white woman who, you know what I mean, she attended Ku Klux Klan groups and meetings. That should let you know right there she your enemy. That's number one. If any white woman or any person attended a Ku Klux Klan meeting or group, what you think that's about? If they're a Ku Klux Klan, you going to a Ku Klux Klan member? What do Ku Klux Klan do to black people? Go ahead.
The Klan don't do nothing but claw feathers, string you up, put you up against horses, pull you apart, stuff like that. They try to keep you.
Right. They lynch you, man. Violence. They commit violence against black people, man. We know the history in America with Ku Klux Klan and black people. And this woman, she attend those meetings. What could she be talking about? Something good about black people? And if Hillary Clinton, look up to her, why the hell is black women trying to vote for Hillary Clinton? Keep reading.
Elimination and eventual extinction.
Read that part again. Read that last sentence.
To breeding for the gradual suppression, elimination.
To breed for the what? Gradual suppression, elimination. Go ahead.
And eventual extinction.
And eventual extinction. Go ahead.
Of defective stocks. Those human weeds.
She called us weeds. She said those human weeds of the defective stocks. Those human weeds. Go ahead.
Which threaten the blooming of the finest flowers of American civilization.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that was it for that.
Keep going. Scroll up.
In a 1939 letter to Dr. C.J. Gamble, Sanger urged him to get over his reluctance to hire a full-time Negro position.
So she got that's the thing, man. Like, in order for abortion to go through the way it is today, you got to get the leadership of black people to be down with it. You know what I mean? You got to get black leaders to be down with the plan, because the people gonna follow behind the leader. The people's gonna do what the leaders tell them to do. You know what I mean? So she said, Margaret Sanger said, we need the people that can captivate black people, some spiritual guidance of black people. You know what I mean? They knew who to go to. She said to go to our leaders and get our leaders to be down with abortion and all that. That's why when you see Jesse Jackson wasn't with it at first, but Jesse Jackson, you know what I mean, they start giving him that money. What he do? He sold out. You know what I mean, he sold black people out. First he wasn't with abortion. Now he's saying the woman has a right. Now he's seeing T.D. Jakes and all the leaders saying the woman should have a right to kill her child or murder her baby. You know what I mean? Go ahead. Keep reading.
Oh. As the colored Negroes
Read that part again.
in a 1939 letter to Dr. C.J. Gamble, Sanger urged him to get over his reluctance to hire a full-time Negro physician.
She said she urged him to hire a Negro physician. Go ahead.
As the colored Negroes
As the colored Negroes. Go ahead.
can get closer to their own members.
Right. She know that T.D. Jakes, Creflo Dollar, and who else, man? Eddie Long when he was living. Who else? Give me another one. All them sellouts. Go ahead.
When Martin Luther King was alive, he Sanger Award.
Martin, that's the main one. That's the main one. How could I forget? Martin Luther King Jr., man. Martin Luther King was with it. You said he received the award, right?
Oh, okay.
With a white woman name on it. The Margaret Sanger Award. That's what Martin Luther King received. Good night.
Oh, okay.
Good night. You see what happened to Martin Luther King, right?
So lock y'all around.
Go ahead.
It's so heavy you bring out that topic, you know what I'm saying? And talking about Martin Luther King at the same time, he praised Margaret Sanger for the work that she was doing in that field of, genocide and black man. So
he praised white women, period. You know what I mean? He was sleeping with them white women. Paying white prostitutes. What they said, they got audio. They got audio of him saying, what did he say, beating the white woman? I know he said they got audio of him saying, I'm gonna be your nigga tonight, something like that, right? I remember the general breaking it down, but yeah, Martin Luther King was disgusting, man. That's why America got a day honoring that sellout. You know what I mean? You honor the sellouts of black people, and to see black people with Martin Luther King, you're going to get black people to be down for abortion and to be down with integration. Shalom, Lord Christ. You know what I mean? Con, just to the back. Con, the water.
Oh, you want something?
Con. All right, give me back where you was in the posh.
Okay. A full-time Negro position as the colored Negroes can get closer to their own members and more or less lay their cards on the table, which means their ignorance, superstitions, and doubts.
Right, so they knew, like, if you get a black person to do it, then you ain't got to worry about black people, finding out these strategies and these, these wicked ways of getting you to kill your baby. You know what I mean? If you got somebody that look like you, yeah, that's what they've been doing in America for over 400 years, man. They put black people, they raise black people up in front of black people, you know what I mean, while they be in the black person's ear. You know what I mean? The black man and woman got to push white supremacy. That's how they get the black community to believe in white supremacy. Because they see Michael Jordan on the poster. You know what I mean? They see Lil Wayne and Beyonce and Jay-Z and LeBron James. They can be like, damn, I want to be like LeBron James and Kobe Bryant and them. Well, they don't know LeBron James and Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan, a damn sellout, man. A $40 million slave, man, at the water. Shaquille O'Neal, a damn sellout, man. So they put our no, I'm too wild. They put our sports athletes figures in front of us to deceive us. They use political leaders to deceive us, and they definitely use our religious leaders to deceive us. You know what I mean? Keep going.
That was it.
Keep going.
Oh, sorry. Like the abortion lobby today, Sanger urged Dr. Gamble to enlist the help of spiritual leaders.
Enlist the help of who?
Enlist the help of spiritual leaders.
Spiritual leaders. They know black people are a spiritual people, man.
Right.
They know we spiritual. You know what I mean? They know we God's chosen people. They know we Israelites. They know who they put in slavery. They know the blacks, Hispanic, Native American Indian people are the nation of Israel. So that's how they know it got to be something spiritual behind this. It had to be something spiritual. Go ahead.
To justify their deadly work.
To justify their what?
Their deadly work.
To justify their deadly work, they had to use a spiritual leader, man. They're letting you know that Creflo Dollar, Eddie Long, and Martin Luther King, them all was evil, man. They let you know that they was evil men. And the Lord didn't set Martin Luther King up. The white man did.
Right.
The Lord didn't set none of your religious leaders up, man. The white man did. How do we know that the Lord didn't set them up? How do we know the Lord didn't set your religious leaders up, your political leaders up? I say y'all taking mighty long. This should be easy. Go ahead.
Is that because they don't follow the law, statutes, and commandments? Right.
Definitely, and they don't follow it, and they don't teach it. They don't follow it, and they don't teach it. They don't live it. You know what I mean? Give me Isaiah. Let me see. Give me the dreamers of dreams, not the one in Deuteronomy, the one in Isaiah. It's Isaiah 22. Let me know when you got it. The dreamer of dreams.
So you said this in Isaiah?
God. I know it's in Deuteronomy too. Give me the one in Isaiah.
Oh, I know they have about a dream in Jeremiah.
Yeah, give me that one.
Kind of have it right now, sir.
Go ahead.
I have heard, I have heard what the prophet said. They prophesy lies in my name, saying, I have dreamed, I have dreamed.
That was MLK. He dreamed of white and blacks coming together. The Lord didn't dream that. Christ didn't dream that. The disciples didn't dream that. Jeremiah didn't dream that. Go ahead.
How long shall this be in the heart of the prophets that prophesy lies?
The Lord said that's in the hearts of the prophets that prophesy lies, not the truth. Anytime you hear somebody talking about a dream, his dream is to break the laws of God, he a liar. You had something? Keep going, Casa, y'all.
Well, if I did have something about what you're saying, try to piggyback for a second. But then you always see on Facebook posts, every now and then you got this black person graduated beyond 4.0, black person did this super amazing thing, and you want to look up to be like them, but guess what? They train them in their system not to like you, so they indoctrinate them not to hang around you because you're gonna look at them as being like, oh, she too white, or not. Well, was she too white, too bougie?
You talking about the black people? You talking about the black people that go get a college education?
Mm-hmm. And they look at you be like, well, you too ghetto, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. You right about that. You know what I mean? You right about that. You know what I mean? Black people that get their education, it's just like the rich who look down on the poor. You know what I mean? Once they achieve something, it's like, what you niggas doing down there? What y'all gang banging, killing each other? And that, the person with the college degree, guess what they doing? Guess what the girls are doing? Having abortions. You know what I mean? Both of them wicked. The one who gang banging, killing his brother, and the sister just killing the baby. Both of them supports what? Black on black crime. And abortion is the #1 murderer of black people. You know what I mean? It passes the gang violence and diseases and cancer and all that, and car accidents. Abortion is the #1 murderer of black people. Keep going.
They are prophets of the deceit of their own heart.
They prophets of what?
Deceit of their own heart.
Of their own hearts. And when MLK spoke, when he had that famous "I Have a Dream" speech, which he stole from somebody else, which he took from somebody else, guess what? That was out of his own heart. That wasn't of the Most High. The Most High didn't tell MLK to go and try to get black people to hold hands with white people. That's not in the Bible.
Right.
Matter of fact, the opposite is in the Bible.
Right.
You know what I mean? He said, though hand join hand in hand, though you join hand in hand, the wicked should not go unpunished. So you can join hand in hand. You can join. You know what I mean? You want to sleep with white people, the Lord gonna punish you. You know what I mean? You want to integrate, the Lord gonna punish you. The Lord is punishing black people right now because of what MLK left on, that stain on black people, integration. Now, you don't want to have a black restaurant. You don't want to sit on a black toilet, drink from a black person's water fountain. You want to go drink from a white person's water fountain. Like white water is better than black water. I thought water was water. You know what I mean? Right. You gotta have white people water. White people water is clean and black people water is filthy and dirty. You know what I mean? And because of that, you got what? Flint, Michigan. Now you got dirty water. Because you want to join the white man. Keep going.
Verse 27. Which think to cause my people to forget my name by their dreams, which they tell every man to his neighbor, as their fathers have forgotten my name for Baal.
Right. That's what happened when you turn against the Lord. You teach the nation of Israel to forget the Most High. You know what I mean? The scriptures say when you sleep with a white woman or any heathen woman, a strange woman, you know what I mean, they teach you to turn away from him. The Lord put these laws down for a reason, man. He wants you to live this truth. He wants you to not join Esau society. The scripture said what in Revelation chapter 18? Come out of her, my people. Don't be partakers of her sin. Right. Napash, keep reading.
Con. We do not want word to go out that we want to exterminate the Negro population.
She didn't want word to go out that she wanted to exterminate the Negro population, man. And what year it said? What, 19 what, 39?
I think it was 23.
But this was not too long ago. This was not long ago. This was yesterday. You know what I mean? You wonder why there's abortion clinic close by black people, black communities. You wonder why the Christian church, it go hand in hand. The Christian church is in all black communities, surrounding all the black communities. So is the abortion clinic, man. Because the Christian church is the headquarters of all the wickedness that goes on in black communities.
Oh, it's 1939.
1939. The Christian church is responsible for black women murdering their babies, man. It ain't committed during Yahanna. We against it. It ain't the I.S.U.P.K. It ain't Christ. It ain't the Most High. You know what I mean? It's only one people. One I ain't gonna say one religious group. It's black leaders. Put it like that. Your black leaders outside the I.S.U.P.K. You know what I mean? If they ain't in the I.S.U.P.K, believe me, they gonna support one of these sins in the Bible. If it ain't abortion, it's gonna be murdering their brother. You know what I mean? If it ain't murdering their brother, it's gonna be sleeping with another brother's woman. If it ain't sleeping with another brother's woman, it's gonna be what? Eating pork. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
If I may, where is Black Lives Matter during all this? How do they look at that? We know that those are women who run that. So how are they looking at the fact that these black women are killing black babies, black children? There's no Black Lives Matter to come out for that. You
do know Black Lives Matter. A lot of them is
homosexual.
Not just homosexual, but a lot of them, they kill babies.
Right.
You know what I mean? They lay on their doctor table and they let the doctor, yank that baby out of their vagina, man. That's why a lot of them not gonna speak on it, because black lives don't matter unless, Esau come and shoot you in the street. Then they act like it matter. But according to these laws, statutes, and commandments, black lives don't matter to black people in the world. You know what I mean? Keep going. Hold on. Go ahead.
And the minister is the man who can straighten out that ideal.
And the who?
And the minister.
And the who?
And the minister.
They said the minister. Go ahead.
Is the man who can straighten out that ideal.
Listen, the serpent, listen, you got to be wise. What Christ said, you got to be wise as a serpent. Then you know that serpent is smart, strategic. You know what I mean? On point, clever. She knew this. She knew this. She said a minister is the one that can straighten out the idea to get black people to kill themselves. And that's what's going on. You know what I mean? We got to be subtle, like, you know what I mean? Not in a wicked way, but we got to use some type of subtlety too, in the righteous way. You know what I mean? To combat this devil. You had something to say?
Gentleman, sir. It's like, if I may, you were bringing this out once before, I believe, by the line, and it's just so heavy in the thought process that when you were talking about feeding babies to the alligators, now they don't have to take our babies out and feed them to alligators. They're using the black women to do it.
Right. And that's heavy. At one point, they kidnap your baby and feed them to alligators. Now, they ain't even got to The baby don't even got to come out the womb this time. They go in your womb and kill the baby.
And so, like, if I may, sir, the way it's done, the way the instruments that they use to do the abortion, they're basically tearing the child.
Right. Like, yeah, the medical procedure is devastating, man. Keep going, Napash. Like, and they put them in jars too. I remember Commander Yahanna breaking that down. They put them in jars, man. The baby body parts, and you know this the devil. He probably cooking it, eating it. You know what I mean? Ain't no telling. Drinking the blood, everything. Go ahead, Napash.
That idea, if it ever occurs to any of their more rebellious members.
Right, so they saying if black people get rebellious and out of hand, we got to put them ministers, them preachers up, you know, to calm them down, to calm them down. Napash, that was it.
Calm.
You know what I mean? They say you got to listen. You want to calm down rebellious, radical black people? Hey, go get a minister. That's why I say Commander Yahanna is so important. General Muhammad, all the generals and captains, they so heavy in a time like this because you can't buy our leaders in the I.S.U.P.K.
That's right.
You know what I mean? You can't put money in front of us and get us to sell out to kill our people. You know what I mean? We ain't gonna try to quiet black people. If black people stand up and say we against abortion, we ain't murdering our babies, we ain't gonna calm that down. We for that.
Right.
You know what I mean? We gonna go against abortion, the ones who murdered our people, but we gonna support the ones who stand up against it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or we gonna support that idea. I mean, we ain't about to go out in the street and march with you, but we damn sure gonna preach against abortion, teach against it. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, it is a little bit more though. Okay.
Keep going.
And that spirit of racism continues today,
Right.
as more than 300 former and current employees of Planned Parenthood said recently in an open letter. Nothing a toxic environment. Planned Parenthood was found by a racist white woman. That is a part of a history that cannot be changed. They observed, writing that the pattern of systematic racism, pay inequality, and lack of upward mobility for black staff continues.
Right. It's something you can't erase, man. You can't erase the history we got with white people. Give me Genesis chapter 25 real quick. Give me Genesis chapter 25.
Come on.
Give me here verse 24.
The book of Genesis, chapter 25.
Oh, give me when they're struggling in the womb.
The book of Genesis, chapter 25, verse 24. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. Verse 25. And the first came out red, all over like a hairy garment.
Right. This is talking about Esau and Jacob. You know what I mean? The progenitor of the white people, white race, and the progenitor. You know what I mean? Jacob is our forefather. You know what I mean? Jacob, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Go ahead.
And they called his name Esau.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 26. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel.
All right. So afterward came his brother. After they described Esau as being what?
A hairy garment.
A red all over like a hairy garment. It says brother came out after him. It didn't even describe him. You know why? Because he's normal.
Right.
He's regular. You know what I mean? He said what? Jacob is a what? Plain man. He came out like a regular baby. He wasn't nothing strange about him when he came out the womb. What was strange about Esau? He was hairy. He was a caveman. He came out a caveman. Keep going.
And his name was called Jacob.
Go ahead.
And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare Slakia. 80 years old when she bare them. Verse 27.
Is it? What, you got to the part when it said struggled in the womb? Keep going.
That
Go ahead.
part you're talking about right there is verse
Give me 22.
Come on, sir. Verse 22.
The water.
And the children struggled together within her.
He said the children struggled together within her. This is before Esau and Jacob was delivered. You know what I mean? Margaret Sanger didn't get nobody to abort no baby then. Of course she wasn't living, but this is when Esau and Jacob, you know what I mean, was struggling in was it Rebecca? Go ahead.
Come on, God. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus?
Right, she was wondering why the hell I'm feeling like this? Why are they, you know what I mean, fighting in my stomach, in my belly like this? Go ahead.
Come on, God. And she went to inquire of the Lord.
Go ahead.
Verse 23.
So she went and asked the Lord, which is what you should always do. You know what I mean? And how do we ask the Lord today? Do we do what the Christians do and just, you know what I mean, have a personal relationship with him? How do we ask the Lord today?
We follow all such commandments and we pray.
You can do that, but how do we inquire of the Lord today? Because that's not enough right there.
We seek, so I can seek counsel.
From who?
From the men above us.
From who though? If you were to say that to a Christian in the world, they're gonna go right to Eddie Creflo Dollar or Joel Osteen, because he's above them.
Well, it's a lot, sir. In the I.S.U.P.K.
You gotta make sure you say that. You know what I mean? You gotta make sure you say that, because if you don't let them know that, they're going right to Creflo Dollar and T.D. Jakes, and they're gonna be aborting their baby. Keep going.
Come on, God. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb. And
two what?
2 nations are in thy womb.
2 nations are in her womb. You know what I mean? It's twins in her womb, but they represent 2 separate nations. He's about to break it down. Go ahead.
Come on, God. And 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels.
2 manner of people should be separated from thy bowels. They're letting you know, like, the mannerism is different. You know what I mean? And they not to be together when they come out. Soon when they came out, that was it. Even though they twins, they brothers, the Lord said they're going to be separated soon they come out the womb. Hell, they were separated in the womb, fighting each other. Fighting each other in the womb. So what do you think going to happen when we came out? You read your history, you'll see. From the womb to today, we've been struggling with these people. I mean, we just, the feast of Hanukkah. I mean, that's the Greeks and the Romans. That's us fighting them to get the temple back. We always been at war with these devils, man. This is the book of Genesis. Keep going.
Come on, God. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people.
Go ahead.
And the elder shall serve the younger. Verse 24. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb.
Okay, you already read that. You can stop right there. The pots, give me Matthews 23 and 30. 23 and 30 and 31. Matter of fact, before that, give me Psalms 127 and 3. Give me First Maccabees and chapter 7. Psalms 127 and verse 3. When you got it, read it. Read it loud.
Come on. The book of Psalms, chapter 127, verse 3. Lo, children are an inheritance of the Lord.
Right, it said, lo, children are an inheritance to the Lord, man. Children of Israel. You know what I mean? Somebody who don't understand the Bible will look at that and say, what? See, children, inheritance to the Lord. You know what I mean? But the Lord is only talking about the children of Israel. How do we know? Because the Lord only gave the laws, statutes, and commandments to the children of Israel.
Right.
That's in Psalms 2, 149, 19, 20. Keep going.
And the fruit of the womb is his womb.
It's like that's Psalms 147, 19 and 20. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
Start at the top.
Lo, treasure are the inheritance of the Lord, and the fruit of the womb is his reward.
And the fruit of the womb is his reward. You know what I mean? It's not his slave. It's not who he wants you to murder. You know when you have an abortion, you know who you killing? The pops looked at me like, I don't have babies. I ain't talking about you, but you know what I'm talking about. I'm speaking in general. Like when sisters have a baby, who are they murdering? And don't say babies. Go ahead.
Salakia, the Lord has chosen.
The Lord chosen meaning who though?
Salakia, Israel.
Israel. Who's in Israel though? Be specific. Give me some that's some glorious people.
Salakia, if I may.
Go ahead.
The priests and prophets.
The priests and prophets. You know what I mean? You killing priests and prophets. I mean, you killing princesses. That's who you're murdering. You're not murdering just anybody. You murdering the greatest people on the earth. I bet you black people don't think about that. You allowing the devil, you allowing God's enemy to go up in your womb and murder the greatest people that the Lord can ever give you, man. The greatest people that can be introduced to the earth. You know what I mean? But before they get out the womb, you're going to kill them inside the womb. And they be hunting sisters too. You know what I mean? These sisters, once they learn out it's wrong, a lot of sisters, they be hating that they didn't have this understanding and this truth. They be wishing they had it at an early age. You know what I mean? Maybe she wouldn't have sex at 13, 14, and 15. You know what I mean? You have something to say?
Come on, sir. It's just heavy what you're bringing out because we don't believe that we're anything. We've listened to the oppressor,
Right.
So we think that we're nothing. So there's no consequence to just take our own lives. But if we understood what we were, who we are, what we come from, who the Lord said we are, it's just the importance of our people understanding that will change everything because you're destroying priests and prophets, princes. You're destroying the Lord's chosen. I mean, what worse can you do?
Mm-hmm. Give me Deuteronomy 28 and 54. We don't know who we murdering, man. We reading about King David in the Bible. We reading about Jeremiah and Ezekiel and all them. Better be careful when you have that abortion. You can't have no abortion, period. But you know what I mean. We don't value our life, man. We don't value our body and our life. You know what I mean? A woman and a man who supports abortion, who get that sister that abortion money. You know what I mean? They part of the crime too. You giving sister abortion money, she might want the baby, but he might, you know what I mean, be strong enough to convince her why she shouldn't have it. Because he believe in Eddie Long and them too. He believe in Margaret Sanger. You know what I mean? Or he grew up in poverty. You know, he's struggling financially, so we ain't got enough money to raise a child. Listen, if you black, Hispanic, Native American, Indian, and you trying to, you know what I mean, you contemplating whether or not you want to have a baby, have that baby and bring it to the school, man.
That's right.
Right.
You know what I mean? Commander Yahanna Ben gave that order out. Have that baby and give it to the school, man. You know what I mean? The Lord raised that baby up in the nation of Israel.
That's right.
I mean, that baby deserved to live. You got it, 28 and 54?
Come on, sir. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 54.
Skip up to verse 15, and then skip back down to 54 real quick.
Come on, sir. Verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I commanded thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Skip down to 54.
Come on. Verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil toward his brother, and towards his wife of his bosom, and towards the remnant of his children which he shall leave.
Right, says his eye gonna be evil towards his brother, towards his woman, and his children. You know what I mean? The brothers, this tied to, like, this the black family. It ain't just the black woman. You know what I mean? Of course, Esau gave her, you know what I mean, she can make her own decision. But you a man, you can make sure she don't kill that baby, murder that baby, man. That's the power that the Lord give us. A sister coming to the truth, guess what? She prohibited them to murder her child. She can never murder her baby. If she do, the school not going for that. You know what I mean? She gonna be looked at as disgusting and shame, man, shameful. So keep going.
Khan, verse 55. So that he will not give to any of them of the flesh of his children, whom he shall eat.
Go ahead.
Because he hath nothing left him in the siege and in his straightness, wherewith thine enemies shall distress thee in all thy gates.
That's talking about when our enemies starve us. You know what I mean? We ain't got food to eat. We're gonna have to eat your children. You know what I mean? In the past, that went on. You know what I mean? Black women, they was eating their children. Hold on, keep going.
Khan. Verse 56. The tender and delicate woman among you.
The tender and delicate. Listen how the Lord described the black woman. The tender and delicate woman amongst you. Go ahead.
Khan.
That means she ain't evil. She ain't ratchet. You know what I mean? She ain't a what's something else? Give me something else.
She's not a whore.
She's not a whore.
She's not a dragon.
Right. She's not a dragon. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Khan. Which would not adventure to set the sole of her feet upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Her eyes shall be evil towards the husband of her bosom.
So her eye, this tender and delicate woman, once upon a time, her eye was gonna be evil and delicate. I mean, her eye was gonna be evil towards her husband. I mean, she's gonna look at him in a disgusting way, a vile way. She gonna look at him like a deadbeat. Nigga, you ain't shit. You know how black women talk to black men nowadays. You know what I mean? You ain't got no money, you can't get with me. You know what I mean? I'm tired of you niggas. I hate you niggas. You know what I mean? You see it on social media. She looking at him like, I wish I never had a baby by you. That's why I'm taking you to child support court. You know what I mean? I'm gonna expose you in front of the world. Have everybody looking at you like you ain't nothing. Go ahead.
And toward her son and toward her daughter.
And toward her son and towards her daughter. Go ahead.
Verse 57. And toward her young one that cometh out from between her feet.
What is that talking about?
Verse.
You're right. That's self-explanatory. It said the young one that come out from between her feet. You know what I mean? It's her eye gonna be evil towards them. And that's why she murdered them. You know what I mean? And you gotta understand, like, women nowadays, man, abortion is like eating candy, man. You know what I mean? It's so easy to have an abortion. I don't even think it's a thought in their mind. I think they say to themselves, all right, I'm gonna have sex, and if I happen to get pregnant, I already know what to do. You know what I mean? I'm going to kill this baby. Because the white man said what? White man said they ain't really living into a certain period of time. Matter of fact, give me after you read that in the process, give me look at the Massachusetts passing the bill on late term abortion. They just passed something about abortion in Massachusetts. Look that up for me. Keep going, Kasiyah. Esau tell her, listen, get the nigga out the house, get him out of the nursing room. You make the decision. And that decision is to make sure a black family don't prosper on the earth no more. You got it?
Verse 58, sir.
Read verse 57 one more time.
And toward her young one that cometh out from between her feet, and toward her children which she shall bear. For she shall eat them for the want of all things secretly in the siege of straightness, wherewith thy enemy shall distress thee in thy gates.
Right. Keep playing, man. It's gonna happen again. Better hope Christ come real soon.
Right.
'Cause the way we disrespect the Lord, man, the Lord gonna have His way with us. We keep murdering over 300,000 babies every year. You got it?
Said we're from the
Hey, look up the Massachusetts passing the bill recently.
Oh,
And give me what I asked for earlier. Napash, give me Isaiah 44 and 24.
So like it, sir. You said Massachusetts passing an abortion bill?
Mm-hmm. When you got to go ahead and read it. 44 and 24.
oh. Book of Isaiah, chapter 44, verse 24. Thus said the Lord, thy Redeemer, and he that formed thee from the womb.
He that did what?
He that formed thee from the womb.
The Lord formed you from the womb. You women wonder how that baby got there? The Lord put him there. You know what I mean? The Lord created man and woman, meaning what? He created what's inside of man and woman. He created the organs. He created the being, man and woman, human, mankind. So when that man lay down and have sex with that woman, guess what? That woman gets pregnant by that man, it's because the Lord wanted that sister to get pregnant. That's how it go. The Lord formed that baby in the womb. Start at the top.
Come on. Thus said the Lord, thy Redeemer, and he that formed thee from the womb. I am the Lord, that maketh all things, that stretcheth forth the heavens alone, that spreadeth abroad the earth by myself.
All right, the Lord said he created the earth. He did it by himself. You know what I mean? Did the Lord get off his throne and do it? No. He's talking about his host. You know what I mean? Talking about Yahawashi and the angels. The Lord don't got to do nothing but give orders. The Lord he gives a command, and it happens. You know what I mean? His command gets executed. It gets carried out. But the Lord said he formed us in the womb, man. So all you wicked sisters can stop saying that it's my baby. I mean, that baby belonged to the Lord. If we understood the Bible, we would understand family. We understand how to love a black family, how to love black, Hispanic, Native American, Indian family, man. This nation wouldn't have no problem. We'll know who the enemy is because following the Bible, you will know who Martin Luther King is. You know what I mean? You'll know he's a false prophet. Because we want to disobey God, we're going to be living in hell. You know what I mean? We're going to be going from captivity to captivity. You know what I mean? You got it?
Come on, sir.
Give First Maccabees chapter 7. Skip down when the sister said she don't know how you came in my womb. And this is the black woman right here. And we coming out of the Feast of Hanukkah. Napash, what you got?
So like I said, I don't know which one that's going to be, sir.
Napash, give me Matthew 23 and 30.
Oh.
Just keep looking at it till you find it.
Out of my womb, sir?
It might not be that verbatim, but just see when she said she don't know how you came into my womb. It's something like that.
Salakia, sir, if I may.
Go ahead.
Colonel, sir. You know, the white man, Esau is such a damn devil. He gonna tell you that protons, neutrons, and cells, all that stuff is alive.
Right.
He gonna tell you an ant, a bee, a fly,
Right.
even coronavirus in your chest is alive. Right?
Right.
But that baby in your womb is dead.
Right.
Salakia.
You know why he say that? Because he don't value black. He don't value he don't value you. You know what I mean? So yeah, he gonna go to Mars and we found life on Mars, but he gonna kill your life on Earth. I mean, your baby not living, but whatever floating around in Mars is alive. You know what I mean?
Oh, so like you, sir.
You-
Second Maccabees.
You got it?
Second Maccabees, sir.
Go ahead, Napash.
The book of Matthew, chapter 23, verse 30, and say, if we have been in the days of our fathers, we will have not been partakers with them in the blood of the prophets.
It's Christ speaking. Go ahead.
Verse 31, wherefore ye be witness unto yourselves.
Skip up. Give me verse 29.
Come. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees.
Christ told the scribes and Pharisees, destruction to you. Everybody look at Christ like he was just this kind-hearted, white, homosexual man. They were just floating around, skipping, you know what I mean, through the forest or something. Christ was an austere man, a nigger, a Negro, a black man, strong black man.
Right.
You know what I mean? He was fierce. He was strong, bold. You know what I mean? He wasn't that picture that America and Rome painted of him. He wasn't that picture. You know what I mean? The Bible described Christ. A lot of people just reading the description of Christ, people like, oh my God, eyes like fire. You know what I mean? Hair like wool.
Right.
That ain't what you grew up listening to.
Right.
You grew up looking at the what? Angels supposed to be babies, white babies naked. Adam and Eve supposed to be naked in the garden. I mean, eating the apple with a snake wrapped around it. You know what I mean? That ain't the Bible, man. That ain't the truth. The truth is Christ is a strong, austere, serious, radical black nigga.
That's right.
a radical nigga.
Right.
And think of an angry, radical nigga who love his people. That's Christ, man. Go ahead.
Hypocrites.
Christ told the scribes and Pharisees, y'all hypocrites, man. Destruction to you, you hypocrites. Go ahead.
Because ye build the tombs of the prophets.
So you build the tombs of the prophets. Go ahead.
And garnish the sepulchres of
Sepulchre. Go ahead.
sepulchres of the righteous. Verse 30, and say,
That's saying the same thing when he said what he said about the tomb.
and garnish the sepulchres.
No. What did it say about the tomb?
Because ye build the tombs of the prophets,
You build the tombs of the prophets, and the sepulchre is what?
of the righteous.
The sepulchre. Look that word up. Spell it for Kasiyah. You got it?
S-E-P-U-L-C-H-R-E.
Sepulchre. Sepulchre.
Come, sir.
Go ahead.
A small room or monument, cut in rock or built of stone, in which a dead person is laid or buried.
So when it said a tomb, it said a sepulchre. So you built the tomb for the righteous. You built the sepulchre for the righteous. Go ahead.
Verse 30, and say, if we had been in the days of our fathers, we would not have been partakers with them in the blood of the prophets.
That's what the scribes and Pharisees said. They said if we would have been back then, we wouldn't partook in the blood of our fathers, man. No, I mean we wouldn't been killing and kill Isaiah and them, Jeremiah and them. Wouldn't harm nobody, man. Go ahead. Now, listen, that's how your leaders think today. You see T.D. Jakes holding that Bible in his hand. The black people looking at him like, man, he's such a man of God. You know what I mean? They perceiving T.D. Jakes like, man, he wouldn't hurt a fly. You know what I mean? Barack Obama not even our people. But they look at Barack Obama like he's such a hero to black people. He's the first black president. He wouldn't hurt a fly. I mean, he wouldn't do nothing to harm black people. And Barack Obama was endorsed. Listen, Barack Obama is for abortion.
Right.
He was for abortion and homosexuality. You talking about eliminating the people.
Right.
You want a man to sleep with a man, a woman to sleep with a woman. There ain't no child left.
Right.
And then the child is left, a child that try to make it through, you murder that because you for abortion. That's Barack Obama. But how do black people look at Barack Obama? Barack Obama was Christ to black people. He was the savior. But Barack Obama is killing black people. You know what I mean? Keep going.
Verse 31. Wherefore ye be witness unto yourselves that ye are the children of them which killed the prophet.
Christ said, be witness unto yourself. I mean, you say what you went and did in the past to the prophets, but guess what? You kill the prophets. You kill the prophets. You know what I mean? You the one you murdered the prophets. You know what I mean? In the past and in the present. T.D. Jakes them, man, they're responsible for black people dying. For the black babies not making it through the womb. For those sisters being manipulated. And they're being manipulated by our leaders. You know what I mean? Our leaders can simply say, I'm not with abortion. Don't do it. I mean, it's wrong. And then they can pull the scriptures, which they're not going to do. They can pull the scriptures and say, it's wrong. The Lord don't want you murdering the children of Israel. They're not going to say that. Because if they say that, you know what's going to happen? They're going to lose all their money. They're going to lose, what does the scripture say? Give me John 11 and 48 real quick. You found that scripture, Kasaya?
Come, sir.
Hold it real quick. Give me John 11 and 48.
Come. But John chapter 11, verse 48. If we let him thus alone.
They said if we leave Christ alone and let him keep teaching, go ahead.
All men will believe on him.
He said what will believe on him?
All men will believe on him.
All men will believe on him. And they're going to believe what Christ is saying. Go ahead.
And the Romans shall come and take away both our place and nation.
He said the white man going to come and take away our place and our nation. So we ain't going to have the people to lie to and get money off. We ain't going to have the black community no more. And we ain't going to have our position. Now, we're not going to be leaders. So we're not going to be false teachers, false prophets. We're not going to be the false leaders, you know what I mean, that lie to black people no more. If we let Christ teach. You understand Christ's mission, man, and our mission? Now, we know they liars. And we know that they're in a high position under the white man. They hold a lot of power. Don't get it wrong, but it's wicked. They hold a lot of weight. They got a lot of power under Esau, but it's wicked. It's not righteous. I mean, we stronger than them because the Lord is with us. What we teaching, they can come up against it, but the Lord word overpower what Esau say.
Right.
You know what I mean? The Lord word will always overpower what Esau say. The scriptures say what? The Lord word is sharper than a two-edged sword, man.
That's right.
You tell a sister she can't kill a baby, that's killing her. She killing the baby, but your word is killing her because she like, no, I can do what I want. But the Lord's word cut right through that. Like, you can't murder your child. The Lord hates that. You know what I mean? That's going to break her down. That was it? Yeah, that was it. Give me, Kasia, give me 2nd Maccabees.
Come on, sir. The book of 2nd Maccabees, chapter 7, verse 22.
It's a black woman. Listen to this black woman, what she say. We read in Isaiah 44 and 24 that the Lord formed the child in the womb, man. The Lord formed us in the womb. Give me that.
Come on. I cannot tell how ye came into my womb.
That's a black woman. That's how black women should be thinking in 2020 and forever. Read that again.
Come on, verse 22. I cannot tell how ye came into my womb.
She can't tell how those 7 children came in her womb. She don't know. But she knows she had sex. She not stupid like that. She knows she laid down and had sex with a man, but she don't know how they came in her womb. Because she wise. Go ahead.
Come on. For I neither gave you breath nor life.
That's why. She didn't give them breath or what?
Nor life.
Nor life. She didn't give them breath or life. She's not, the black woman is not God, is what she letting you black women know.
Right.
She's saying, I'm not God. I am nothing. I am nothing if I don't praise and worship God, the real God, the living God. Go ahead.
Come on. Neither was it I that formed the members of every one of you.
Right. See, like, I ain't formed the members of every one of you. I didn't form your fingers, your toes, your arms, your skull, none of that. Go ahead.
Come on, verse 23.
And that's heavy too. Because a lot of people be thinking that. You know what I mean? Like when they say the baby form in the womb, the woman is forming the body. The man just shoots out the sperm. They're like, see, once the sperm go in, the woman carries the egg and the baby is forming in the womb. Which is true, but she's not doing it. You know what I mean? She letting you know I didn't do it. She can't use her hands and go in and create arms. She's not doing it. The Lord is doing it, man. Go ahead.
Come on, verse 23. But doubtless, the creator of the world.
But doubtless, the creator of the world. Go ahead.
Come on, who formed the generations of man.
Who formed the generations of man. Go ahead.
Come on, and found out the beginning of all things.
The generation of man is that man's seed. The Lord formed that. That's how you come back in the earth. The seed of man. Go ahead.
Come on, will also of his own mercy give you breath and life again.
Right. So that sister was smart, man. She was wise. She knew she was nothing. She humbled herself to the Lord, man. And that's how you get understanding. That's how you get wisdom from the Most High. You know what I mean? You got to not know nothing. Stop acting like you know everything. Black people, we think we know everything, but we murdering our children, man. How can we be so damn smart and black women they number one in college, they over white man, they over the white race going to college. So damn smart, but don't know how to not murder your child.
And that's heavy what you bring it out, Adawan, because as the scripture says that the woman will go above us, that right there, what you're saying as far as them being in that top percentile, I believe General Hyman brought it out a couple weeks ago, maybe 86% of the colleges the black women have the highest graduation rate of them. So when you look at that, and you see the fact that they know this, they have this intelligence, but what they teach them is, well, in order for you to go to school, if you don't go to school, you can't get pregnant. If you get pregnant,
you know why they believe that?
It's going to ruin your future.
Because that's intelligence to them.
Right.
You know what I mean? Eve been deceived in the garden by the serpent. The serpent wisdom, his lies was more intelligent than the Lord's instructions. You know what I mean? The Lord, obeying the Lord was not wise to her.
Right.
You know what I mean? Listen to that snake, that serpent, that man was more intelligent. You know what I mean? Manipulation was more of a government to her than the Lord's authority. Go ahead.
Right. And going off what you're saying, Adawan, it brings it all the way back to then. She was learning abortion then, from that point, because she knows that, I can't do this if I have a child. So it's already being planted that you can't have an education, you can't go and search out these other things. There's nothing you can do if you have a child, so it's going to slow your life down, kill it.
Oh, man. That was it on that?
So I can complete the verse out.
Go ahead.
I'll start from the top. Verse 23, but doubtless the creator of the world, who formed the generations of man and found out the beginning of all things, will also of his own mercies give breath and life again, as ye now regard not your own selves for his law's sake.
Right, the Lord gonna give you breath and life again. You know what I mean? She didn't put him there. The Lord put him there, took him away, and gonna put him there again. Give me the same in the Apocrypha Wisdom of Solomon 12:5. Go ahead.
Quick question. In that Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 57, I don't think we read that whole verse.
Verse 57.
Con.
What? Go ahead and read it for me.
It says, I'm gonna read from the beginning. It says, Deuteronomy 28 and 57, and toward her young one that cometh out from between her feet, and toward her children which she shall bear, for she shall eat them for one of all things secretly.
We read that.
Con, I just can't remember.
We read that. No sweat. What I tell you to get?
Said,
Wisdom of Solomon 12:5. And the parts, you give me the other article I gave you earlier. The one about the policy report.
Oh.
Give me that one.
You ready now, sir?
Khan, you go ahead.
Come on, Khan. The book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 12, verse 5. And also those merciless murderers of children.
Those what?
Merciless
The
murderers.
Lord called them merciless murderers. Ain't got no mercy for children, man. But when December 25th come, they're gonna say you gotta get it for the children, man. The same children you would have killed. You know what I mean? And you killing them. When they make it out, you killing them because you giving them your oppressors' traditions and way of life. But if they don't make it through the womb, you killing them because the white man told you to. Your Christian pastor told you to. You couldn't go to college. You couldn't be pregnant and go to college. You had to make a decision, right? So you made the dumbest decision ever and murder your baby. And you get a college degree and don't start nothing with it. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you outside the I.S.U.P.K, I don't even think people be creative like that when they don't got, you know what I mean?
Right.
When they don't got the truth, man. Like, they don't even, like, they be lacking creativity, man. It's like the Lord is showing you he's not with you, man, because of how you living. You know what I mean? Give me, merciless murderers. Keep going, Kasiyah.
Khan. And devourers of men's flesh, and the feast of blood.
Devourers of men's flesh and the feast of blood, man. That's what the doctor doing when he's playing in her uterus, her vagina, and killing that baby, man. And blood, you know, that's a bloody mess. You know what I mean? That's a mess. And then over 300,000 a year. You had something to say?
Khan, sir, this is just heavy because, of course, I've read this but never even known. So, yeah, how are you shout for the I.S.U.P.K, because this is just heavy right here of breaking down abortion in the flesh and the feast of blood. Damn.
In the feast of blood. That's a feast of blood. How we have a feast, eat food, feast of food, killing them. That's a feast of blood. You know what I mean?
Salaki.
Give me what that did on that?
Come on, sir.
Give me Isaiah 45:7. Go ahead and say what you about to say.
You know, there's a video, I have to find it. There are some sisters who, you may have seen it. There's some sisters and an Edomite, this dog that comes out and they go to get this morning after pill. And they're dancing and singing to this song and twerking, talking about taking this pill after they just had sex. And it was as if it was just a game to them. It was nothing to them to say, I'm going to murder my child.
Yeah.
Nothing. Our sisters, well, our people, period, but our sisters, their minds are destroyed. And this proves that you must have a man, that you need a man. All that I don't need a man stuff is absolute garbage. Because a man in righteousness, in this truth, will not allow you to do that because you're destroying a nation.
Yeah, you need a man of God that's an I.S.U.P.K.
Right.
You don't need a man of God in the world because there is no such thing as a man of God in the world.
Right.
I mean, the world is an enemy to the Lord. I mean, them sisters, man, you know them sisters, they think that the Lord forgive them when they have those abortions because the Christian pastor, all you got to do is pray. I mean, the Lord going to forgive you. You know every Sunday when they go to churches, they think they starting over. You know they think they starting over, right? They have an abortion, and then they go to church, and like, I'm forgiven. You know what I mean? That's how they think because that's how they've been programmed to think. You can't become brand new over and over in sin. You know what I mean? When you come into the truth, you become brand new. That's for you to stop sinning, not to sin. I mean, so if you had an abortion, if you had like 3 or 4 abortions, and you think every time you went to church you was forgiven for those abortions, that's not true. That's not true. You got it.
Call.
I ain't tell you to. No, I told. Give me Isaiah 45:7 real quick. Then I'm gonna get with you. Let's see, 19.
Come on. The book of Isaiah, chapter 45, verse 7. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil.
The Lord said he made peace and create evil. He formed the light and darkness. The Lord made peace and create evil. Uh-oh. They said the Lord create evil. When people hear that, what they think? Well, the Lord is the reason why she's doing that evil. No, that ain't the Lord. When the Lord said he create evil, what is he talking about?
He's talking about the punishment.
The punishments. He's talking about the punishment. Because you looking at what? You looking at the punishment as it's some evil. That ain't evil to the Lord. I mean, the punishment, you know what I mean, is not supposed to be good. It's not, punishment is not supposed to be good. Even though if you understood that you shouldn't be disobeying the Most High, you understand that the punishment actually is good. You know what I mean, captivity actually was a good thing. You know what I mean, not the violent and brutal stuff that Esau, you know what I mean, do against us, but the fact that the Lord kept his word, the fact that he giving us another chance and not wiping us out, that was a good thing. The Lord could have wiped us out during the time of Moses. We should be happy we over here and got grace and mercy. I mean, it could have been a lot worse.
So, like you said, if I may, going back to this verse, when we're looking at how the Lord created the evil, which is the punishment for the things that we do.
Right.
When you look at these homosexuals and now these men that getting HIV, getting AIDS, then let's look at how evil and how wicked these white devils are, because now they come up with these medications to say, well, now you can take this, and if you do this right here and you take it on a healthy regimen, you won't show any signs of HIV. So they're trying to create medication for you to take so that it can hide your HIV or your AIDS, so you can continue to live in your abominable lifestyle. That's how wicked they are. They're thinking that they can make a medication that can help you to continue to live your gay lifestyle.
Right. It's going to get worse than that. Keep going. Was that it? No, keep going.
Come concert. Verse 8. Drop down.
Hold on. That was it for verse 7?
And create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things.
Give me that wasn't the one. No, he said light, create darkness. I make peace, I create evil. Lord, do all these things. Give me the I'm gonna look for it real quick. It might be in Deuteronomy. Yeah, it's in Deuteronomy. Give me Deuteronomy 32 and 39, Kasiyah. All right, Napaz, go ahead and read what you got.
Policy report. So the effects of abortion on the black community. The population control nexus. There is a widespread perception that women, particularly African American women, are freely exercising their choice when they enter the doors of the nearest abortion center.
Right, it said there's a perception that black women are exercising their choice when they enter the doors of their abortion center. Go ahead.
Nothing can be further from the truth.
Go ahead.
The reality is that the black women are being pushed, led from behind into abortion centers by a shard of elites who agree with Frederick Osborne, the leading eugenicist of the 20th century, that birth control and abortion are turning out to be great eugenics advantages of our time. If they had been advanced for eugenic reasons, it would have retarded or stopped their acceptance.
Give me the next paragraph. See what that say.
It's like
Let me see where you at. Let me see it. Kasi, I'll go ahead and read.
Khan. The book of Deuteronomy,
You reading that small?
verse
You're
39.
making it big. You gotta make it bigger.
See now that I, even I, am he, and there is no God with me. I kill, and I make alive. I wound, and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand.
Start right here. Start right there. Start right there. Read that again.
Khan, verse 39. See now that I, even I, am he, and there is no God with me. I kill, and I make alive.
Lord said he killed and he make alive. Amen. And the sister in Second Maccabees with the 7 children, that's what she was talking about. You know what I mean? She don't know how the children came in her womb. The Lord killed and make alive. Go ahead.
Khan. I wound, and I heal.
He wound and he healed. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Khan. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand.
Right. Give me back where you at. Started,
Khan, the abortion consumer, disproportionately the leading consumer of the abortionist services in the African American female, according of the 2011 abortion.
read that again. Read that again. Read the first line. Disproportionately. Go ahead.
The leading consumer of the abortionist services.
Read it slower. The leading consumer
of the abortionist.
of the abortionist. Go ahead.
Service is in the African American female.
Disproportionately, the leading consumer of the abortionist services is the African American female. Is the black woman. Go ahead.
According to the 2011 abortion surveillance reports issued by the Center of Disease Control.
Hey, Salaki, put your phone on mute. Somebody, I get static in the background. Put your phone on mute. Let's got a question or comment, all right? Go ahead.
Black women make up 14% of the childbearing population.
He said the black women make up 14% of the childbearing population. Go ahead.
Yet obtain 36.2
Yet obtain 36.2. Go ahead.
percent of reported abortion.
Of reported abortion. So you 14% of the childbearing, but you 36.2% of the abortions reported. Oh man, keep going.
Black women had
This is the old statistic, by the way. This is what 2011. Oh man, go ahead.
Black women have the highest abortion ratio in the country.
Read that again.
Black woman.
The tender and delicate woman amongst us who didn't want her feet to touch the ground at one point. Go ahead.
Have the highest abortion ratio in the country.
Has the highest abortion ratio in the country. Highest abortion rate in the country. Go ahead.
With 474 abortions per 1,000 live birth.
474. This is 2011. 474 per 1,000. That's ridiculous. That's insane. Go ahead.
Percentages at these levels illustrate that more than 19 million black babies have been aborted since 1973.
Since 1973, it said damn near 20 million black babies been aborted. Now that's an old statistic. You know what I mean? We know that they over 300,000 a year. Of course, it's more than 19 million now. It's what, nine years ago? You know what I mean? It's more than 19 million. But they said the black woman is number one. You know what I mean? She's number one in abortion. I mean, number one in going to that doctor and saying, I don't want this baby no more. That can be 19 million. That would have been 19 million babies in the I.S.U.P.K.
Right.
Nigga, you talking about a nation? A nation? 19 million?
Two things I want, if I may. This right here points right to the scripture where it says that not of all the women have I found one, because this lets you know, unless you're an I.S.U.P.K, and it's still you have to be on point, that one woman is hard to find because of this. Because I think can we use Lamentations 4 and 3 as a precept for this, for abortion?
With the ostrich and all that? Go ahead and read it, because that's abortion scripture too.
Come on, sir. The book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 3. Even the sea monsters draw out the breast.
Right.
They give suck to their own young ones.
Look. The Lord. What verse? Read verse 2. Let me hear that.
Come on. Verse 2. The precious sons of Zion, comparable to fine gold. How are they esteemed as earthen pitchers, the work of the hands of the potter?
Right, so the Lord saying, the sons of Zion, we ain't glorious no more, man. We over here, we criminals now. I mean, we deadbeats now. We homosexuals now. I mean, we gang members now. We're not priests and prophets no more. We've been beat down to dirt. I mean, we bleaching our skin. We the white man now. You know what I mean? We part of the white family. We done integrated. Opposed to, how King Solomon in his glory days, how King David was, you know what I mean? Jeremiah, Ezekiel. The Lord said, y'all not looked at it like that no more. I mean, we gotta fight to get that back. Go ahead.
Come on, verse 3. Even the sea monsters draw out the breast.
You talking about the women now? Even the sea monsters. He went to the sea monsters. Sea monsters draw out the breast. Go ahead.
Come on. They give suck to their young ones.
And they feed their young ones. The sea monster. Look what he's comparing you to. Go ahead.
Come on. The daughter of my people is become cruel.
You see why we call them monsters? You see why we call them monsters? I'm gonna start saying sea monsters. I'm gonna start saying sea monster now. We call them monsters. Read that verse one more time.
Come on. The book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 3. Even the sea monsters draw out the breast. They give suck to their young ones. The daughter of my people is become cruel, like the ostriches in the wilderness.
He said the daughter of my people has become cruel, because the sea monsters give suck to the youngins. You know what I mean? Even let's say the baby, okay, let's say they don't abort they baby. You got a lot of black women who just don't know how to raise children. You know what I mean? Who hate them because who their father was. You got to think about that too. You know what I mean? So you didn't abort him that time. You had him, and you just treat him like he's nothing. You don't feed him. You're always out clubbing or drop him off to grandma's house or something. Leaving them in the car, letting children be dying from sunburn, man. The sun, it be so hot, they be suffocating in the damn car. The woman leave them in the car. That be going on. You know what I mean? Neglecting your child. I don't know which one worse. You allow them to go through the womb just to not pay attention to them, or just murdering them in the womb. Lord called them sea monsters, man. Give me to the next paragraph after the 19 million.
According to the departments of public health of every state that reports abortion by ethnicity, black women disproportionately led in the numbers. For example,
see, when we say black people are number one in all diseases, abortion is a disease too. You know what I mean? That's a disease of black people in the black community, in the Hispanic, Native American Indian community. Because Ephraim, them, they go hand in hand. Judah, Ephraim, Benjamin, all of them, they go hand. All the 12 tribes, they right there. And then like they competing who can kill the most. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
For example, in Mississippi, 79% of abortions are obtained by black women.
Mississippi was what?
79% of abortions were obtained by black women.
Keep going.
In Washington, D.C., more than 60%. In Georgia, 59.4%. In Alabama,
Okay, that's not the updated statistic. This the old one. But you just reading those numbers just let you know how disgusting it is. It started in 1973. So for it to be up to 79% in Mississippi in 2011, that's crazy. You know what I mean? Look up the statistics now, Kasiyah.
Come on, concert, looking that up now.
Go ahead.
in Alabama, 58.4%. In state after state, similar numbers are found, with black women aborting at 2, 3, or more times than their presence in the population.
What it say, state after state?
Concord.
They let you know. They only gave you like four states, but they let you know state by state. Out of all the states in America, black women is leading in all those states. You know what I mean? But the Roe versus Wade, that was a white woman. Pull that up, the Roe versus Wade.
Concord.
Let me know when you found it, Kasiyah. I think I sent that one to you, didn't I?
Concord.
You got it?
Sir, I have one for February 25th, 2020.
Let me hear that.
It says abortion, the overlooked tragedy for black Americans. It says during February, which is Black History Month, it is a good time to look upon the triumphs and tragedies in African American history. Movies like Harriet tell of heroes of Underground Railroad and the struggle against slavery. It is good to honor those stories. There is, however, one tragedy of the African American community that is often overlooked, the tragedy of legalized abortion. Abortions impact African Americans at a higher rate than any other population group. In 2011, the Center of Disease Control and Prevention released an abortion surveillance report. According to the report, black women make up to 14% of the childbearing population, yet 36% of all abortions were obtained by black women.
Yeah, we just read that. Keep going.
Oh, kind of one concert. At a ratio of 474 abortions per 1,000 live births. Black women have the highest rate of any group in the country. So like I said, he read that.
Yeah, you read that.
Percentages indicate that over 44 million abortions since the 1973 Roe vs. Wade Supreme Court ruling, 19 million black babies were aborted.
Mm-hmm.
African Americans are just under 13% of the United States population. White women are 5 times less likely to have an abortion than black women. Perhaps it is a matter of availability. A study of protecting black lives in 2012 found that 79% of Planned Parenthood surgical abortion facilities are located within walking distance of minority communities.
It said they located within walking distance of minorities communities. But listen, who else are minorities besides black and Hispanics? Who else are considered minorities in America besides blacks and Hispanics?
So I believe that would be the Asians.
Right. Abortion. So they saying the abortion clinic is walking distance. You believe the abortion clinic is walking distance in the Asian community? Hell no. Hell no. But they minorities, right? They minorities, but ain't no abortion clinic walking distance for the damn Chinese and Asian people, man. Are you crazy? You know, them Asians, they gonna stand up against that. Because Asians, they got leaders that care about their people. But black leaders is for murdering black babies. I remember they had it was a sign they put up in Harlem, I believe, in Harlem, New York, where they said the most dangerous place I'm paraphrasing. They said the most dangerous place for a black child is in the womb of a black woman. I remember Captain Cesario bring this out a while ago. You might can see it look it up on Google, but Al Sharpton, who was a black leader, a false prophet, Al Sharpton made them take that down. That's the type of love your leaders got for you. You know what I mean? Take it down. A woman got a right to murder the child. Keep going.
In the past, we criticized the tobacco industry for targeting young people with their advertising. Recently, the nicotine vape industry has been criticized for similar practices. The prevalence of abortion providers in African American and Hispanic neighborhoods indicates that abortion industries is targeting to its smacks and eugenics linked past of Planned Parenthood founder Margaret Sanger.
Right.
And her views of contraception and abortion as ways of diminishing the black population.
That's the purpose right there. Black people would have had Hillary Clinton in office. The same devil who said we was what? Super predators?
Right.
You got to pay attention to how they use their words when they refer to black people. We super predators, man. You know what I mean? She would have got in office. Listen, abortion would have went through the roof because she said Margaret Sanger is an idol. So you know what she's doing? She read about Margaret Sanger growing up. If that's an idol, that means you look up to them. You inspired by the words they speak and how they live. And she's still amongst Democrats, you know what I mean, and Republicans. So don't think that she don't have no type of influence. They be chilling with each other. Democrats and Republicans, man, they go out and eat. They be chilling with each other, man. They not against one another. You know what I mean, they two wings of the same bird, man. Don't be looking at election day like Donald Trump and Joe Biden hate each other, or Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama hate each other. They love each other. You know what I mean? Because they know who they got in slavery. I mean, why would they hate each other and they got niggas like you who about to go kill your baby and make me more millions? You know what I mean? You got churches and abortion clinics, and we got cigarettes at the gas station for you to smoke, and the fruitiest Swiss Sweet for you to roll up your weed. They not worried about hating one another. They got you to hate. Go ahead.
Kind of so heavy. Something you just said, Armand. In these, like you said, every 5 miles in a black neighborhood, you'll find an abortion clinic. But the thing that's even more sinister about it is we are paying to do it. I think it costs maybe $500. And what the sister goes and does is she may go to her man or go to somebody to get the money so she can then pay an Edomite or whomever to kill her child. So we're paying to kill our children. So we're saying, here's money to you for killing my child. That is just
all that money you got with your college degree. You know what I mean? Cause listen, a lot of girls, they still can have a baby. They go murder it with their funds. You know, they chasing that bag. They chasing that bag to put their baby in the body bag. You know what I mean? They chasing the bag to put their children in the body bag. They paying for abortions with that bag, man. Oh man, where you was at?
Okay. The article, Supreme Court ruling on Roe versus Wade. The Supreme Court declared the right to an abortion is a fundamental liberty, then the state must have a very strong interest to limit.
Go ahead.
Our Roe versus Wade infographic describes how the court balanced the liberties/abortion interest of the woman with the state's interest in paternal life.
So the state laws in the Roe versus Wade, the state was saying nah, but the Supreme Court they you know what I mean, the sister, the lady, not the sister, but the lady was saying that it's unconstitutional. You know what I mean? I should have a right to abort my baby. You know what I mean? At first the state was like no, but keep going.
The court ruled that the woman's liberty right to control whether or not she is pregnant, is stronger than the state's interest in the fetus life up until a certain point.
Right. So the Supreme Court, the court was like, the woman have a right up to a certain point. The state was like, no. But the Supreme Court, they ruled. They said the woman got a right whether or not to have that child up to a certain point. According to the Most High, you don't have a right to murder your child. Go ahead.
Life up until a certain point in the pregnancy. That point is the point of viability.
The point of viability. What did that mean? Keep reading.
When the fetus could survive on its own outside of the womb.
When the fetus can survive on its own outside the womb. Go ahead.
After the point of viability, the state's interest in protecting the fetus outweighs the woman's choice to terminate her pregnancy. After the point of viability, the court ruled a state can prohibit women from getting abortions.
It said a state could prevent a woman from getting an abortion. Go ahead.
The Supreme Court had
In order for you to succeed in something, you got to fight. You know what I mean? You got to keep fighting. They wanted to commit abortion. They fought to commit abortion. You know what I mean? And we want to stop abortion. Guess what we got to do? We got to fight against abortion. We got this truth. We got to fight against abortion and everything else that's killing black people, Hispanic, and Native American Indians. You know what I mean? The Lord got it right here. The same Bible you grew up on. Just didn't know the truth then. The answer's been in this Bible forever. I mean, at least it was when the Bible was put together, the KJV version, of course. But even in the past, like the Lord's words always stood. Kasia, give me the book of Exodus, chapter 1. Go ahead, Napash.
What else did the decision say? The Supreme Court added that a state might regulate abortion based on reasons other than the concern of maternal life.
Yeah, my sister, what's going on?
Not much.
Hey, you back or you you're not back right now, right?
I'm in California right now.
Okay.
I leave tomorrow night, so I won't be back in.
Okay.
I won't be back in Georgia until Saturday.
Most High in Christ, no sweat. All right, then. We're going over abortion right now.
The Supreme Court said the state could justify abortion regulation based on the concern for a woman's health, just not before the end of the first trimester.
Keep going.
McCorry Rowe based her argument on the word liberty contained in the due process clauses of the Constitution's 5th and the 14th Amendments. The due process clause said that no person can be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law.
Go to the next paragraph. What that say?
Years later, McCorry's use of the due process clause to guarantee her the right to an abortion highlights of a controversial and illegal.
Skip to the next paragraph.
Come on. Norma McCorvey wrote herself.
Norma McCorvey. Go ahead.
Norma McCorvey wrote herself, the woman who represents the decision.
Norma McCorvey, which is Roe, the woman who represented the decision. Go ahead.
Had a surprising change of heart.
She had a what?
Had a surprising change of heart.
Had a surprisingly change of heart. Hey. Shalom, Lord Christ. Hey, put your phone on mute. Go ahead.
On the issue of abortion later in life.
So surprisingly, she had a read that line again.
Con. Norma
McCorvey, the woman who represented Roe. Go ahead.
herself, the woman who represents the decision, had a surprising change of heart on the issue of abortion later in life.
Right, so she had a change of heart later on in life. After she was fighting to have the abortion. Go ahead.
McCorvey started a pro-life organization, Roe No More, in 1997, and even filed in court in 2003 to try to have Roe versus Wade overturned.
Right, she wanted to overturn the decision. Go ahead.
The attempt was unsuccessful.
Unsuccessful. I mean, you fought to have it done back in the 70s, and she tried to change it in 2003. They said, hell nah. You know what I mean? That's an Edomite anyway. You know what I mean? Let Edomites abort their babies.
Right.
They not under our laws. The Lord don't want black, Hispanic, Native American, Indian women aborting their child, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? Say, envy not the wicked. You know what I mean? None of his ways. That means when they decide to do that's against the Lord's commandments, don't do it. Don't join them. Like Christmas coming up, don't celebrate Christmas.
Right.
New Year's Eve, don't celebrate New Year's
Right.
Eve.
Right,
You should have been in here celebrating the Feast of Hanukkah with us.
Right.
right.
You know what I mean? Don't blame it on your children while you hiding Christmas presents. You know what I mean? Give me what I tell you to get, Kasaya.
Exodus, sir.
Yeah, give me Exodus. Start at chapter 1, verse 8.
The book of Exodus, chapter 1, verse 8. Now there arose up a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph.
Right, there arose a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph. You know, Joseph was an Israelite. Well, Joseph was the father of Ephraim and Manasseh. You know what I mean? So Joseph, when it says that a new king rose over Egypt that knew not Joseph, I mean the king that knew Joseph before, he knew Joseph. Meaning what? What it mean he knew him? And it ain't having sex. Don't be carnal. Go ahead.
I mean, like Joseph had some type of rank with him, son.
Yeah, he had a good rep, man. He had a good rep. Because the Lord was with him. But it said, now there arose up a new king over Egypt which knew not Joseph. I mean, he ain't looking at Israel, he ain't favoring Israel like that. He looking at Israel like, man, who the hell these niggas? Matter of fact, give me verse 9. It's going to go into it.
Verse 9. And he said unto his people, Behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we.
That's why he ain't, listen, that's why he, it said he knew not Joseph. He said the children of Israel is more than we and mightier than we. You know what I mean? Let's say this, we're in America, and let's say black and Hispanics, we start to grow more mightier than them. How you think Esau gonna look at us? He gonna want to kill us.
Right.
Esau got a lot of his methods from Egypt. America is patternized behind Egypt. That's why I said America is what? Spiritually Sodom and Egypt. The white man look up to Pharaoh in the book of Exodus. You know what I mean? He took a lot of his strategies. This is one of them right here. Go ahead.
Verse 10. Come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply, and it come to pass, that when there falleth out any war, they join also unto our enemies.
Right, he said, come on, let us deal wisely with them. This is their wisdom right here. When they want to deal wisely with the children of Israel, this is what they mean. It said, when there falleth out any war. So they're saying when war take place, the children of Israel join also unto our enemies and fight against us, and so get them up out of the land. So he's saying, listen, they mightier than us, they more than us. Now if a war break out, they're going to join our enemies and we're going to be done. They're going to take over. What that let you know? Ain't no such thing as integration, man.
Right.
Ain't nobody sharing power, man. Go ahead.
Shalom,
Right.
And got the hottest drink in the enemy's kingdom. He was the grand vizier, like the vice president. And Drake today talking about he can't say nothing about the white man because he might lose his job and all that.
Right. Right. You know what I mean? But you ain't gonna lose your job if when the Lord hires you, you ain't gonna lose your job. You ain't gonna lose your job in the I.S.U.P.K unless you're just not doing your job. The Lord hire you, come and work. Commander Yahanna is giving out work, man. Come and do some work. You know what I mean? He said when the war come out, he said the children of Israel, they're gonna side with the enemies and take over. That's why I was saying, like, nobody is sharing power. So integration, that's BS, man. Integration just means whoever's ruling, once you integrate with them, they ruling over you completely. That's integration for black people and white people. Black people fought to integrate with white people. White people didn't fight to integrate with us. White people do not want to go to your restaurant, sit on your toilet, drink out of the black water fountain. They don't care about that. They got America. Right. White man got the world. You know what I mean? He got the damn ocean, man. He not worried about water and food. He got the land. You know what I mean? And Pharaoh knew that. The king, when the one that didn't know Joseph, he knew that we was growing, we was multiplying, and we was mightier, becoming mightier than them. And they just come across a king mind. His domain, his rulership, his power, his authority. It's like, damn, they can actually take this shit over, you know what I mean? And he had a plan. Keep going. Verse 11.
Verse 11. Therefore they did set over them taskmasters to afflict them with their burden.
They set over them who?
Taskmasters,
like your supervisor today.
Right.
Somebody that you can't stand. They always over you, trying to get you to make sure you're doing your job right, and they not doing nothing. You know what I mean? That's what I call them a taskmaster, the masters of your task. You know what I mean? Afflicting the hell out of you, aggravating your spirit. Go ahead.
And they built for Pharaoh treasure cities, Pithom and Ramis.
Right. We built treasure cities just like we built America. You know what I mean? Treasure cities. Who you think built the White House, man? Who you think built America up? Slaves, man. Black people. The same people who built up Egypt built up America. The white scientists, that's when I brought out Negroes are not Africans. The scientists went and studied the skulls of Egyptians and Negroes, and they found out that we relegated to the people in the Bible during the time of Egypt as the slaves. So that was 1944. Keep going.
Verse 13. And the Egyptians made the children of Israel to serve with rigor. Verse 14. And they made their lives bitter with hard bondage.
Right. They made us to serve with rigor. And they made our life what?
Hard bondage in mortar and in brick.
And they made our life what?
Bitter with hard bondage.
Bitter with hard bondage. You know what I mean? Apply that to today. How do they make our life bitter with hard bondage today? How do they make us to serve with rigor today?
Just with our slaveries.
Explain it though.
Basically going in, not getting paid for the work that you're doing. Coming in on the Sabbath.
Yeah. And the type of work you're doing. Like, you slaving hard for crumbs. Like a lot of times, like Commander Yahanna, I remember he brought out that black people who work at McDonald's, they supposed to be getting paid way more money than they was like in the 90s. You know what I mean? McDonald's, I don't know what they start out. They probably the same. And if it did go up, it still probably ain't nothing because what? Your rent went up.
Right.
Your rent went up. Your car note went up. You got children now. The price of food went up. So by the time they give you a dollar raise or some raise, it's just going to equate back to when you was making $6 an hour. So you making $12 an hour, you like, damn, that's a good thing. You making $12 an hour is the same as you making $6 an hour in the past. You know what I mean? When your pay rate went up, America price went up.
Right.
You know what I mean? Keep going.
Khan, verse 15. And the king of Egypt spake to the Hebrew midwives, of which the name of the one Shifra, Salakia, and the name of the other Pua.
So he spoke to the Hebrew midwives. Who know the job of a midwife?
Salakia, to deliver babies.
Right, to deliver the baby. So it said, read that part again.
Khan, verse 15. And the king of Egypt spake to the Hebrew midwives.
Now the king of Egypt, Pharaoh, he spoke to the midwives, who were what? Israelite women. Go ahead.
Khan, of which the name of the one was Shifra, and the name of the other was Pua.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 16, and he said, when you do the office of a midwife to the Hebrew woman.
To the Hebrew woman, specifically the Hebrew woman, the black woman. Go ahead.
Khan, and see them upon the stools. If it be a son, then ye shall kill him.
If it be a son, if it be that warrior, that potential warrior, priest and prophet of God, go ahead.
Khan. But if it be a daughter, then she shall live.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing? You said kill the son and let the daughter live. Is that good or bad?
Salakia, it's bad.
It's bad. Why is it bad?
Salakia.
Go ahead.
Because you're destroying the nation of Israel, so that they're no more.
More specifically, like pertaining to the context, you killed the man and you let the woman live. Who she gonna have sex with? She gonna have sex with the Egyptians, and that child gonna be what? A damn heathen. That means there is no nation of Israel. So that was wise for them to do. You know what I mean? That's why I said let's deal with them wisely. I mean, kill the man, let the woman live. You know what I mean? That wasn't a good thing letting the woman live because she can't produce Israelite babies no more. Keep going.
Khan, verse 17. But the midwives feared God.
And don't think that they just were going to have sex with black women. They're going to rape them.
Right.
It wasn't going to be they spit game to them, entice them. They're going to rape them. Go ahead.
Khan. It did not as the king of Egypt commanded them.
Read that. Start at the top. Read that again.
Khan, sir. Verse 17. But the midwives feared God.
But the midwives what?
Feared God.
The midwives feared God. What's the fear of the Lord?
Salakia. Fear of the Lord is the wisdom.
The beginning of understanding and wisdom. So they was dealing wisely, but the sisters, they dealt wisely too. They wisdom came from the Lord. They dealt wisely with the situation. And they didn't do what Pharaoh told them to do. Go ahead.
Khan, and did not as the king of Egypt commanded them, but saved the men, children alive.
But they saved them. What should black women be doing today? Saving the children, man. Alive.
Right.
Not killing their baby. Go ahead.
Khan, verse 18. And the king of Egypt called for the midwives and said unto them, why have ye done this thing?
You know how bold and how evil that is for you to call the women. Are you trying to wipe the nation out, but you're going to call the women and say, why have you not killed your nation? Why have you not let the men die so we can have all y'all and destroy y'all? You're a bold bastard, man. Like, but that's the type of captivity we've been under. Go ahead.
Khan, and have saved the men, children alive.
Now the white man, he gonna kill the man and the woman in the womb. You know what I mean? He ain't gonna let you kill the son and let the woman live. He gonna kill the woman and the son. Go ahead.
Khan, verse 19. And the midwife said unto Pharaoh, because the Hebrew women
because the who? Because the who?
The midwife said unto Pharaoh, because the Hebrew women
because
are not
the Hebrew women, the black woman.
Go
ahead.
Are not as the Egyptian woman.
They not that the black woman is not who?
The Egyptian woman.
The black woman is not who?
The Egyptian woman.
Black people are not Africans, man.
Right.
Every book you read, you're going to find out the truth we've been teaching since 1969.
Right.
They said the Hebrew women are not as the Egyptian women. Go ahead.
For they are lively and are delivered to midwives come in unto them.
Keep going.
Verse 20. Therefore God dealt well with them, with the midwives, Lakia, and the people multiplied and waxed very mighty.
Right. Anybody got questions online? With that, I'm going to pass the class over to Precinct Officer Napashkaya.
Shalom Israel, this is the Israelite School of Youth Word of Practical Knowledge. Security announcements. We're the I.S.U.P.K. started out 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for a new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister come to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are here to be saluted only. They are here to set themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister have an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. The book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21. The book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. Ma'asharah means tent in the Hebrew. 10% of any increase of the Lord gives you. Give to the church department a teacher. Priest one. Free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you like to give. Next holy convocation is the Feast of Purim. That is February 29th, 7 o'clock sundown. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black. Boots, shirt, pad, headband, and scarf. With that, Israel, men of Israel, Amina, mean stand. Men of Israel give one curse salute. Amitem Sabat, Amitem Barak, Yahweh Shabbat Thumb. What I said to you in English, may the Most High bless you in the name of Christ. Yat Matah means hands down. Sar means turn. Sisters, stand. Alright, so stand. Have your right hand on your left clasped together. Have your head down. Shine your face to the Lord. Once say Barak, put your hands on your chest. Okay, men of Israel, give one curse salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Amitem Sabat, Amitem Barak, Yahweh Shemar Tham Ba'Shem Yahushai. Yahweh. Well, as I said to you in English, may the Most High watch over you in the name of Christ. Yah Matah